You can't really tell, but it's raining, and like I said, the phone, is, yeah, it's screen cracked. The one I was using is like 3, 4 years old, but yeah, and that water get in once you crack it, don't yeah, all that shit. But anyway, last thing I'm gonna say before I end it, I'm still talking about that nigga. He should feel happy. He gonna get a part two tomorrow, right? Yeah, saving that nigga soul. Honestly, really, like, uh, one thing I thought about, stories I heard, like Tennis. You know what? That movie, well, Moms, you were happy, right? About the Hidden Figures, right? Like what? She had told me when I was a little kid. Blah, 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 she born in Tennessee. Cause my grandma. That's before she was a nurse. I was, I don't know when all that became about. They worked doing that stuff, not the math part, but what I'm saying that Hidden Figures movie, with I know they focus on whoever them three black women supposed to be, but they don't tell you. I know for a fact that was like a hot spot, so they all left. And what I'm trying to explain, like people who had jobs before, like say even you ain't even gotta leave. Like say you was from wherever part of Tennessee that is, you oh, so and so is hiring. Like a big company. Like I said, like GM, you in Detroit, GM is hiring. And that's when everybody, word spread, oh, they starting off, you say this is 19 whatever, 40 something, so I'm guessing they starting off at $2 an hour. They're probably it's probably too much what I'm saying. But bottom line, because she told me, really my aunts, my great aunt, was a bunch of them, they left. And I guess that's where she met my granddad, all this meeting stuff. But the at that place where they was doing, because they was building the atomic bomb. My other great aunt and I, she retired from the post office. They just, matter of fact, when they went to Alabama, that's what we stayed with in '86. She retired from the post office. But back then when they all was working there, what I'm saying, my point is, the only reason I'm saying is, she couldn't get the jobs like my grandma or whatever. She had to do like house cleaning with her. I don't know what my grandma did, but uh, what I'm saying is just like I said, if like right now, you young and so they hiring no matter. Yeah, Amazon is hiring. Amazon coming to town. It was the same the way she but they all left. That's when they blah blah. Whenever it was over, probably after the war, they left. So all this stuff, and that's in Tennessee. Oh, it's so great in the Jim Crow. They was in Tennessee, Jim Crow South, and they always flocking to that place where the Hidden Figures movie, that not where it's made, but what they're talking about. So it wasn't just the three women who was, the scientists of the world, historic. No, there was a whole bunch of black folks there, and this I know for a fact, not because of a movie. Because yeah, folks, your family. This is why this and that. Maybe I'm whining. Why we gotta move down? I don't know. When I'm a kid, but it wasn't no movie. About what I'm saying is recently. Yeah, she that movie. I was born. And like I said, I don't know what my grandmother. I know was a level. She wasn't. I'm just saying. Because matter of fact, my great aunt. That's my uncle's, I mean my granddad's sister. So that's how they, and I was like I said, by 86, they stayed. Honestly, I think that's what I'm saying. Like y'all modern girls was just understand they stayed, they feminist shit. I guess they kicked my granddad shit. They home brother. They but them two stayed together. But they had houses and all this shit in the 60s and 50s. In New York. And I did hear stories. My granddad, he had his own business, and because our name, I just leave it at that. It sounded Jewish. His name is technically sounds, and he would tell me how the white folks thought he worked for whoever so and so was, but it's actually him. And he said he did. He never said nothing. And I think that's what I'm like, I did the same shit. Yeah, he got the contract, and they, all right. Then I'd be like, yes sir, boss. Whatever. I'm pretty sure, just all right, yes sir, Mister. That is yes sir. Okay, Mister Jones. This New York though, exactly. This New York, But But yeah, okay. My point in saying is, has it stopped raining? Yeah. Well, it really wasn't raining. It was like, but like I said, that screen cracked so much. Any amount of water would have tore it up. But my point is, even now, y'all youngsters, and I've known some youngsters since I've been here. Yeah, they got excited when the word hit that so and so was hiring. That's what even in Birmingham when I was in the army, when the Mercedes plant came to Alabama. Like I said, and the place is still there. I worked there, right? What I would be talking about. Uh, but when they first got, I was still in the army, but I wasn't in Fort Bragg no more. I had been hurt, but now I had re-enlisted. Like, damn, if I wouldn't re-enlisted, I could be at home. I should have just went home, because they was just hiring anybody. Just come on. Like I said, my homeboy, he been there since then. And that should be damn near 30 years. We, the same age, yeah, exactly, whatever. That's the what I'm talking about. Big time Democrat, though. Remember he got mad at me, hung up on me. But But my point is, so it really wasn't about Jim Crow. They just was going where the money is, individualism. They wasn't, and this was before the civil rights movement. This is the 40s, right? They just left what from what I don't hear stories. I didn't hear stories. Oh, I remember this cracker when I, like this 1982. My great uncle, like I said, he wasn't 65. Yeah, he's 62. Yeah, I remember. I'm just saying, whatever. I remember. Yeah, that cracker. He when I was 5, whatever. He nothing like that. Nothing. The only story, like I said, they talk about Israel. Why they always go this and that. All these things I keep saying, all of a sudden I keep hearing these things that they used to talk about all the time. These old black, not just them, they friends, they church people. My uncle was a great uncle deacon and all that shit. I'm just saying, but nothing about it. Just they really ain't even talk about that. I'm hearing it just later on. And to me it sounds like that. Just like I said, just like I do, or tell y'all that wherever the money's at, and if you got to leave your state, just like a lot of people went down to Atlanta, but really it was only the HBCU college grads that went that in the last 30 years since like 1990. All them black folks, the transplants as the Atlanta people call them, the Democrats. You know, but if y'all find, sometimes you might have, but see, nobody does that. Nowadays y'all got all these different technology to talk to you. If something popping off where everybody they hiring, but he like, well, they got they how they just gonna they ain't got money. Like, they see, that's what I'm saying. They're not individuals, even though they all left. That was individualism. They all left. He don't understand. He think you got to be that. Yeah, we as a culture and build up the. This shit is twisted and demonic. I leave it at that because it sounds like it's finna throw down.